What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode review for Rurouni Kenshin. This is the episode, what was it, 2026, I think? Yeah, 2026. And with me, as always, I have Blue Spade.
Yeah, so picking up immediately after the last episode, in which all of Kenshin's friends are heading out to Kyoto to meet up with him. Megami, of course, stays behind to look after the dojo, but instead she runs into Aoshi, um, at the dojo, of course, who's looking for Kenshin, who, of course, he threatens to kill her, if he doesn't reveal what happened, where Kenshin has run off to, and that's when, of course, Saito appears, uh, informing him that Kenshin is going to Kyoto. Uh, who's of course looking for Shishio, which of course prompts Aoshi to leave soon afterwards. While at the same time, Megami chastises Saito for even telling him all this information because she knows that Aoshi is going to go out and kill Kenshin. Um, yeah. So, and of course, soon afterwards, we see Aoshi going back to the graveside of his former companions before he's confronted. But I guess, some of Shishio's men attempt to desecrate the gravesite, which of course prompts Aoshi to just pretty much kill all of them all at once.
Well, they pretty much try to recruit Aoshi because Makoto Shishio is interested in him, and Aoshi ends up killing them because he refuses to go along with them.
Yeah, and then of course soon after he kills them, Sojiro, who's of course Shishio's right hand man, it pretty much tells Aoshi to come to Kyoto to find Kenshin, and then of course we see Shishio in person for the first time, pretty much like with Sojiro telling Shishio what is going on with everyone else being involved. I guess with his upcoming plans in Kyoto. So
Mhm.
and of course we finally go back to Kenshin, who's pretty much like, I guess, a part of the ways to Kyoto, because he can't take any kinds of public transportations or stay at any inns for that matter, because Sushio's men are likely keeping tabs on him for various reasons. But then of course he runs into, like, I guess like a bandit or a Kanoichi girl, Makamachi Misao, who pretty much fights off several Yakuza bandits, who's I guess they were trying to rob her, but she turns it around and she ends up robbing the bandits instead.
I don't think they were going to rob her, but they were going to do something else, I think. But
I think,
they
yeah,
realized that she was, she's 16, so they lose interest, and so that's when she decides to rob them. Uh, but yeah, so and then of course that's when she comes across Kenshin. And Kenshin was trying to stop the bandits from robbing her, but then he realizes that it's like the reverse situation where she robbed them. Kenshin, Kenshin tries to, well, she tries to take, like, I guess she tries to take his sword from him, but then realizes it's the reverse blade. So, and Kenshin says it's not going to sell for anything, so she can't really rob him of his sword or take any money from him because according to her, he looks like he would be broke. So she doesn't really end up taking anything from him.
I think she
Um,
oh no, wait,
but
I think she
what?
tries to still take the sword for herself, just due to the fact that,
Oh yeah, yeah,
whether or not, like, if it's gonna have any value or not, it's still gonna give her money, regardless. So
yeah. Which
Kenshin
I
just
guess Kenshin is surprised by that, and tries to stop her.
yeah. Yeah, so eventually, like, Kenshin tries to persuade Misao from to I guess she's trying to stop her from pursuing a life of crime by returning that money. But of course, more Yakuza bandits appear, and then of course they get into a fight, which leads them to the to like a bridge over a creek, which Kenshin, of course, like as somehow with his sword ends up slashing the bridge, causing all of them to fall into the river.
Yeah, and then Misao like realizes that she may have misjudged Kenshin or underestimated him because
Yeah,
of what he was able to do.
yeah,
Uh, and yeah, and then that's not long after that is when she reveals that she knows, or I guess she knows Aoshi, uh, and Kenshin is surprised by that, and that's kind of where that episode ends. Um, so yeah, it's going to be interesting to see like if Kenshin is going to like confront her about it, or if he's going to maybe like keep it a secret that he had fought Aoshi and that they're kind of they're yeah that they're enemies.
yeah.
Um,
I mean, not to mention the fact that like all everyone outside of Aoshi are dead. So like Aoshi's the only
yeah,
remaining person that that Misao is familiar with, who's alive right now. I mean, for people who've watched the live action movies, it was kind of the same case, but yeah, it's a pretty interesting way to introduce the Misao into the show.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I like her character so far. But yeah, that was like the biggest thing that happened in this episode was just her introduction. Um, I thought it was a pretty decent episode for the most part. Um, I mean, it left off on a pretty good cliffhanger, and I'm curious as to how that's going to develop throughout the season and where that's going. But yeah, I don't really have much else to say about the episode, though. I don't know if you have anything else to say about it.
Yeah, it was an okay episode with them like bringing Aoshi back into the fold, and him being involved in pursuing Kenshin to Kyoto, and of course introducing one of the new characters uh that's associated with Aoshi, which puts a little bit of a wrinkle on how Kenshin is going to end up dealing with that situation, if whether or not he tries to tell her or not.
Yeah, yeah, guys. But that all being said, until next time, we will see you all later.